Hello, yeah, hi, we're live.
Oh, sorry. I was waiting for the YouTube. Hey, everybody.
What were you doing? Were you trying to,
I
your
was trying to
OnlyFans
mute
is
the
okay.
the YouTube thingy, the YouTube thing.
You were
You know,
pulling up the YouTube chat.
just doing that because I was looking
Okay.
at Noah. Hey, Noah. Hey, C. Farlow.
Oh, great. I have the You Now chat in front of me. Hello, Minnie, Sarah, and Deb, and all of you beautiful people. Bossy Lizzie Lemon Drop is here.
Ooh, I
Boss
like that
ass. She's
name.
boss ass, not bossy. Boss ass. Lizzie
Boss
Lemon Drops here.
ass.
So many people here. We have so much to talk about on this show. I'm so excited to get into it. But first, let me let everybody know, John, no matter where you're watching this, make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of your favorite places. You guys liking there, following, subscribing, thumbs up, and hitting the bell if you're watching on YouTube. Those are great ways to help support our shows. We really appreciate it, as is sharing them. Share it now, let people know that we're live. Share it later and let people know that, maybe you like the show after. A grandma, a loved one, someone, just share the show.
Anyone, a stranger on the street.
And you can tweet us at any time with hashtag YRR What was with the stranger on the street? I felt like there was a tone to your voice there.
Sharing. I just meant sharing.
Just
Hugging,
share with anyone.
sharing. Yeah, we need love right now. We're in the third part of the pandemic. We need some love. It's the variant.
Yeah, that's a little frightening. It's a little frightening. Now, before, we jump into the show, John,
Yeah.
I feel you have a story which I thought I just set you up for, but apparently
Well,
you weren't
no,
getting it, so now I'm
it's
going to try
it's
again.
it's not a story. So my hubby has a good friend. Her name's Kim Herring,
Okay.
and I've met her. I've been on a weekend trip with her a few months ago. Super nice. I didn't realize what a Big Brother fan she was, and I just saw her last night. And we were talking Big Brother together, and she was talking about how she watches this show, our show. So, Kim, this is a shout out to you. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up everything and subscribe.
Hi, Kim and audience. If you could just give me just one hot little second, I got to talk to Comedy Jonah over here. So, or actually, I'm going to talk to all of you and not Comedy
Did it
Jonah.
right. I did it
Here's
right.
the here's the way that story was presented to me before we went live. Somebody bumped into me who knew about our show and asked a question about it, and I was like, "Oh my god, somebody watched our show? Is strange. Somebody watched the show. You didn't say it was like your friend's cousin." Yeah, okay, John. Well, no one in my family watches actually,
Okay. Thank you.
so you're
More,
right,
more
actually.
people on this end watch it than your end.
That is true. That is
Hmm.
true.
So don't get stupid on me. Don't get stupid.
All right. I thought you were like at a supermarket and somebody was like, Comedy Jonah.
I'm at a fast food place. Oh, what? Comedy Jonah, is that you?
What do you think of the cookout?
What?
What? Well, so much to talk about from this, highly emotional and triggering episode.
So much. And I know there was so much, like you say, that was left out, especially at the end of this episode. So lots to unpack.
You want to unpack it?
Lots.
Yeah. Maybe we should
Unpack it.
unpack it and not stuff it more in, though. Probably. We want to
I
get
want to
to it,
repack
not
it.
suppress it. I feel like the edit impacted it. We need to unpack it.
I just want to repack it because
Right.
things are breaking. Things are shuffling and breaking.
Right. So,
Right. Right. Right.
right as rain. With Zingbot.
Oh God.
Were these the worst zings in the
It
history of
was.
all of the zings?
I was just like, who is writing these? Yeah,
They
can we
were
get Kathy
so bad.
Griffin back? Can we get Kathy Griffin back? I
Yeah.
mean, what is the Alyssa thing was so dumb.
And
You're
I'm
like,
sorry, like,
Yeah, you're like your sunshine state. You're so dim. Like I had to like put my ear to the speaker, and like what?
And here's the
That
thing.
means you're dumb. It's like, oh, you're dumb,
But
Zingbot.
here's the other worst part of that. We know she's from Florida because of, being live feed people. I don't think there's been, because, like, the edited show caters to the casual viewer, the non live feed watcher. What
Right.
about Alyssa's edit this season let any of you know that she is from Florida or dumb? I don't think she's been getting a dumb edit this season and,
No.
oh my god, I'm so ditzy, I'm Alyssa. So it made no sense calling Tiffany old. Like,
Was
okay.
stupid. Was stupid. Um,
Ozza is, you're not gonna go on a date with Xavier? Oh.
yeah. I got a secret
I
about
just like,
Xavier looking. I mean, okay, he looks at himself, but I don't know. It
by
was
the way,
just
never does that either. Like, again, I watch the live feeds all the time. I'm on the pulse of what people are talking about. I don't feel like anybody was really ever talks about Xavier checking himself out all the time. Nor do
no.
we see that in the edit.
But then we see it in the little, the little DRs. Oh yeah, he's checking himself out, like Ozza said.
Yeah,
It's like,
no, he's
is
not.
he?
No. And then Hannah's irrelevant now.
Oh,
Here's the
sometimes I forgot Hannah was even in the alliance for like 3 weeks. I mean, did they just put
well,
Ozza in the DR and be like, Ozza, we need you to say this. Then we need you to say this. Then we need you to say this.
I mean, to be fair, I do agree with that point. We talked about that on this show a lot. Hannah, in the beginning, was not even part of the cookout.
She was
They,
unofficial, right?
yeah, she was
Unofficial.
unofficial, and they ignored her a lot until they realized they needed another number. However,
Right.
that is a gift, and I say this every single season. The Zingbot calling you irrelevant, calling you a ghost, calling you a non factor in this game, anything the Zingbot does to discredit your game is really a gift, whether it's conscious or subconscious. It makes the other house guests think, oh, I don't have to worry about her. She's not doing anything. Even the Zingbot, who knows what's going on, is calling her irrelevant. And people should pay attention if you are a fan of this show. The people that they call irrelevant or that Zingbot gives the irrelevant or whatever zing to is usually somebody that makes it to the top three, if not wins, every season.
Oh, I didn't know that. I never paid attention to that. I was just too busy
Oh,
rolling my eyes.
yes, Andy Herron's an example. I believe Jackson was on 21. Didn't Cody get the "you're so boring" last season? Like, it's, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a gift to get it. I think the only good one, and I feel like they always pull one from social media. They know that we all can't stand Kyland, so they know we all can't stand Kyland's talking. This is the one where we on family television bleep out the F bomb to say "shut the fuck up, Kylan," and it's so shocking.
A babbling brook.
A babbling brook, and then even then it wasn't funny.
I mean, it was the best one, but I mean, CBS, how many comedians do you have
Right, go
on
find one. I mean, we
go
know you can
find
do it.
one. I mean, isn't like that show, that sitcom Cedric the Entertainer on it? I mean, somebody, come on.
Saturday Night Live,
It's just
or is that
ridiculous.
NBC?
These jokes are so dumb. And
And
I
we
and I
know they've
thought, are
had.
they just extra dumb this season, or are they just getting dumber?
I think they're
Just
getting worse,
they're getting
but we
worse.
we know they have the ability to do good ones. I still say for two times in a row now,
Yeah.
the zing to Christmas will always be my favorite one. When they were like, two screws, 3 bolts, 2 metal plates, and you'll never be able to walk the same again. Like, or whatever they did. And then he did like the remix of it, this like shit. That was hands down the best thing I've ever heard.
Right.
So you clearly have the ability
Yeah.
to do good ones. You need to do more of that.
I mean, Derek F. leaving his mark on the toilet.
Which, by the way, we changed it when we told, because we told everyone the zings on the last episode. I thought mine was better. Derek, you really left your mark on the house. A skid mark. That would have been better
Much better. That
than in the
flows.
toilet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the toilet.
So you pooped? That's not marking.
It's
So you're saying you're
all
peeing in the toilet? Doesn't even make sense. I don't get it. Get a new Zingbot. Get a new writer. But it
get
doesn't
a new
matter
writer.
because
Yeah, let's overhaul Zingbot. Everybody in YouTube chat saying overhaul. Yeah, repurpose Zingbot.
they need to repurpose something because the new
Yeah.
ratings for the show came out and it is the worst in the entire history of the show.
This season.
Yes. And people are now saying that notice how Julie has not referenced, the show coming back or sign up. People are low key saying they're considering whether to even bring it back now because the ratings are so bad.
And why do you, Oracle, BB Oracle, think the ratings are so bad?
Because they are not
Back in
keeping
the-
up with the times of this show. They don't listen to people. They don't make the show engaging. They don't, hi, we're two people who have a team of updaters that update your show 24/7 on social media. We create content around your show. We've been doing it for 10 years. We still have to beg you to get an exit interview. That's why your show's not doing well. I'm not saying just for us. Multiply
Right.
that by everything. I think the
Yeah.
show does not appreciate the people that put work in to promote their show, boost their show, help their show. I think that's one factor that makes the show
But I mean,
suffer.
that's been a factor that's been over the last 10 years. I mean, I've been with you
Yeah.
for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, is it this cast, do you think? Is it the
No.
cookout, do you think?
Oh God, no. I don't think it's the cookout. I just think it's too much of the same thing. Like, you need to change up the formula. You need to do something different. They figured out the game. And now I know people want to blame the cookout for it, but
Right.
it could have been any alliance that did what the cookout did. They outsmarted production. They outsmarted the twists. They, as much as we, the live feed watchers, love the show, I can see why a casual viewer tuned in and went, oh, there's a group of people that are sticking together to 7, so there's really no point to watching until 2 weeks before the show ends. Got it, I'll be back then. I wouldn't if I was watching a cooking if I was watching some show and knew it was irrelevant, nothing would matter until it got down to this number of people. So if I was a casual watcher of a show, I would be like, well, I'm not wasting my time. 3 episodes a week that I gotta watch for nothing. Yeah, I could see why a casual viewer, I guess, would tune out. But I mean, I wouldn't call that the cookout's fault. I would call
Yeah.
that production's fault for not making it engaging, not putting in more twists if they're really concerned about them staying together. That's your job as production to figure that
Yeah.
out. Don't
And I
blame the
think
people.
Jackie knows in our YouTube chat sums it up best. It's no longer a social experiment.
Right.
It is formula TV.
It's formula TV and it's,
Yeah.
and it's social media arguing and fighting with each other. And then, I think they have to they have to protect a lot of the feeds because they don't want it to, have people go crazy on social media and stuff. But then the people get upset
But
that the
isn't that
feeds are being cut. And it's kind of like, we
isn't
created
that
it.
isn't that a good thing though? I mean, isn't bad press good press?
I mean, I think it is, but I think
Yeah.
we as social media live feed watcher people almost created what Big Brother has become. Meaning, players are afraid to play cutthroat, players are afraid to do anything that would make them not liked when they come out. And to be clear, I don't mean doing something racist, saying something. I mean, look, and I hate to use this example, but let's just look at Nicole, okay? Nicole Anthony went from America's favorite player that everybody loved the season before
Hmm.
to nobody can stand her because she dare went against Janelle, a fan favorite. So now the fandom hates her. Great. What would make the next people or group of people that are going to go play this game are going to go, all right, well, I got to make sure now that I play the game where if I think that somebody's liked, I can't go against them because then the fandom's not going to like me and and we, I think, shaped a lot of why Big Brother is not as entertaining as it used to be. There's not going to be any more Amanda's going at Alyssa. There is not going to be any more, there's just not going to be. Big Brother has changed. We've changed it. We've taught the people you have to go in there and be nice. Don't be mean. Don't be cutthroat. Leave our favorites alone. Be an underdog, not too much of an underdog, because then we won't root for you. You got to be a likable underdog. Don't be a mean underdog. Make sure you attach yourself to the best player, but don't attach yourself too much, because then we'll say you didn't deserve it. You gotta lay low, but don't be furniture.
Do you think this new kind of cancel culture, Black Lives Matter, all this stuff that has kind of come on into the pandemic kind of went into these casting choices? And so
Yes.
now it's just, I'm not saying color, but, this season could be considered kind of beige. You know what I mean? Just colorless as far as creativity, as far as what we want to watch, like what you said. No one's being cutthroat, everyone's being nice. People are getting, blindsided and evicted, and they're like, I don't care. It's all great. I love them
Right.
all. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I think you're saying two different things. I think the viewing audience and loud vocal speakers on social media have changed the way players that go into this game play, which is why you need recruits, because recruits don't know that and the recruits will make those mistakes. So that's number one. Do I think Black Lives Matter and social movements and all of those things have influenced the casting? 100%.
Yeah.
And I hope that it influenced the casting for the right reasons. I hope they didn't just go, you know, we want to put out a press release saying that we're going to have 50% people of color on the cast. Put that to press. Make sure everyone knows. Gotta let people know that's what we're doing. We're doing it now. 50%. Let people know. Like, I hope they're doing it because they realize the game wasn't fair, not because this is the hot topic right now. Because, by
Right.
the way, yes, like you said, the Black Lives Matter movement was so important. It is
Right.
still so
It
important.
is.
Do I see anybody talking about it anymore on social media? Sure don't, because you don't get attention for it now.
Right. And even like you said too, like, we're seeing that the ratings are down. On Sunday, we talked about the cookout. And so now that if we go into the next season of Big Brother, is every Caucasian person going to target a person of color because of what happened this season? Or do you
Hope
think,
not.
nope, it'll just kind of stay PC if it comes back?
Um, I think if it is a fan or some, first of all, I don't understand how Claire and everybody didn't know that what happened this season would happen. Again, you watched it happen last season to Nicole. It is the exact, I mean, Hannah, one of the things they didn't show on tonight's episode was that is what Hannah said to Tiffany. She said, just say what Devon said to Nicole. I can't put another person of color on the block. I
And
can't
she
be
basically said that.
responsible. Yeah, and it is what she said.
Yeah.
So, there's that. I don't understand how Claire doesn't get that. I don't understand how everybody didn't get that is what is happening. I don't understand how Alyssa. Well, Alyssa did joke about it. Alyssa was like, hey, she was talking to Derek and Azza in the boat room, and she goes, hey guys, I think we made history. And they're like, what are you talking about? And Alyssa's like, did you realize there's not going to be any Caucasian guys in the jury? I don't even think there's going to be any white people except for Claire and Brittany. And then she goes, there's nobody left in the house either except Claire. And then she goes, wait a minute, I'm half white. Am I next? And then Derek, and here is Derek's stellar acting. This is Derek. Ready? He goes, what? There's only people of color left? I didn't even notice. It was the worst overact. Shut up. He was like, you shut up. No. Did you notice that, Asa? I did. Did you? I didn't. I was like, that is the worst acting I've ever seen, Derek. Ever. Ever. What about?
No, it was really interesting, and and also, you know, seeing that conversation with Claire was really tough. Claire in her DR saying that she completely understands, which is great, and I understand as well. But then we have
I don't.
Xavier. Huh?
I don't.
You don't understand?
I don't, but like I feel like I said this on the last episode, I fully admit that like it is my privilege, like being a white
Right.
man, just a white person, I don't get it. I would never I can't think of a scenario where cuz Tiffany just gave up her chance of winning the game.
Right.
She
Well,
had
I
the
mean,
opportunity
there's a
to
few
take
things
out.
that I want to get into as far as
Okay?
maybe what Tiffany could have done to maybe
Yeah.
soften this up a little bit, even
Okay.
if in fact she's in the final two and she's making her pitch to everybody. So,
Zero chance.
when we're having the veto picks and Tiffany picks and she gets house guest choice, she
Mhm.
picks Hannah. Now, I don't understand why she didn't pick Claire.
I agree with you, and now I
Because
okay, go ahead.
because Because if Claire had a chance to compete, I mean, if Claire won, great, that would have been great for her. But if she didn't, and then now we fast forward to the end of this episode where we're having she's having that conversation with Claire, she could be like, and even in her speech, as the last two folks, house guests standing, could say, yeah, I put you up, but you know what? I did offer you to compete in the veto. So it wasn't like it was a blind side. Do you know what I mean? She'd have that argument with Claire. Yeah, there was the cookout, but I gave you a chance to play the veto. If you would have won, you wouldn't have been an option type of argument. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I mean we saw in the episode Claire told her to pick Hannah. And so I mean there was that number 1. But number 2, she knew, Tiffany knew and said immediately, this one moment that we saw in tonight's episode of the guys being like, Tiffany's so selfish, Tiffany made her bet, ha ha ha, like all this stuff. Tiffany, right from the moment she won, told Xavier, she told the whole cookout, I will do what I have to do. If Alyssa comes off the block, I will nominate Claire. She
Yeah.
literally told them from 1 hour after she won that HOH and kept
Right.
reinforcing it to them. She apologized to Xavier for winning. She apologized to all of them for winning. She admitted she messed up and said, I will do it. I will put Claire up. You don't have to worry. So that is why so many people are annoyed with Xavier and Derek Frazier right now, because they feel like no one has a reason not to trust Tiffany. Why? Because she won it? That's not her betraying you. Her winning the HOH is not her betraying the cookout. If
No.
she wouldn't have nominated Claire, that would be her betraying the cookout. The only person whose game Tiffany just ruined was
Is
her
right.
own. So let her have HOH and ruin her own game.
Right. But what I'm saying is, if we gave Claire a chance, she gave Claire a chance to play
Yes.
the POV, the veto, and Claire got the veto, and
Right.
then Claire doesn't use the veto. Well, she's safe. She can't be nominated. Do you know what I mean?
I think the cookout would have been mad at her if the goal was
But
to
at that
get at.
point, who, you know what I mean? It's every person for
It's not.
themselves.
They're 4 votes, as Xavier threatened her with.
Right.
If you don't do what you're going to do, you're losing 4 votes.
Yeah.
However, the twisty, twistos, twistity, twist of it all is Xavier, Derek, and maybe Kyland are plotting to get out Tiffany tomorrow during the double.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't surprise me at all.
There is a chance they will go for Tiffany in the double.
And they won't keep the official word of the final six. So that's
Correct.
why I'm saying, why should Tiffany? You know what I mean? You've already put
She
yourself in
shouldn't.
this position.
Yep. We'll never understand. Like, I was trying to explain it to my hubs tonight because he was like, he's like, but she could win 750,000. I'm like, I know. I wish I could. Like, I was like, I understand the words. You have to, they're doing it for their culture. They are doing it so that other people of color that watch the show are going to know you have a chance to win this game. You have a chance to be a winner.
Right.
Maybe I'm just a horribly selfish person. I would
You are.
go, look, they're casting 6 of us now, so that trend's probably going to continue. I'm going to let the next cast come through. I got this cast to the jury, which is a huge accomplishment. I'm going to take my 750 now and let the next cast push us to that next milestone. But that's
Yeah.
just me. I realize that I can say that because I am a white person that has not had to have the struggle that they have had to
Right.
have in this game. I will say, and though I know it is not the same, I long for a season where we're going to see more than 1 or 2 gay people, or where I'm going to get to watch that show and see a gay couple get to be the showmans. But it is not our time right now. It is their
Right.
time, and they are doing it. And
No.
I how Tiffany says she has so much respect for Claire. I honest to God have so much respect for Tiffany. She's giving up $750,000. Not just giving it up. She's giving it to one of 5 people that, I'm sorry, didn't do half as much as she did in this game. It literally kills me.
Oh, yeah.
Kills
I
me.
mean, even getting a second place is going to
Yep.
get a nice chunk of money, and that could be a Derek Frazier, that could be an Ozza. I love them both. I think they're hilarious. They haven't done a whole lot. I mean, even Zingbot reminded us they haven't done a whole lot. You know, even Xavier, you know, who is gorgeous and physically fit through a lot of comps for the cookout. He doesn't have much of a resume either. So
No.
should a winner be someone, yeah, I was in this huge alliance and I threw a bunch of stuff to get us to the end. I mean, is that the kind of winner we want to crown? Or are we going to even have a choice?
I mean, look, once Tiffany goes, I feel like Kylan's the most, deserving. I don't
Because of his
really care.
resume. He built his
Yeah,
resume. Yeah,
because he did a lot. We don't have to like him, but game-wise, he did a lot. He
yeah.
probably is the most deserving. Now, who would I want to win after Tiffany goes? Oh, well, all my votes go to Azza. Like I full on admit she hasn't done shit worth the ass in the game. However, she's my favorite, and I just like her, and she makes me laugh.
And
Although
get
I shouldn't.
America's favorite. Like she's got my vote too. America's she's got it. No, I don't want her to
Well, I
win.
mean, not if Tiffany's not in the top. I'd have to give it to Tiffany.
Well, of course, but
Trying.
Tiffany's gone, and I think I would probably go for Kylan, even though a lot of people don't like him. He's a big old babbling brook eating popcorn, but he's done the most. He's got a better
Yes, he's done the
resume.
most. He's
Mm-hmm.
done the most. I mean, and look, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't. It's very conflicting, and and honestly, I understand why it would make the casual viewer tune out. I understand why people would just be like, "This is too emotional for me to keep watching."
Emotional.
I can't. Well, just or frustrating. This is too frustrating for me to watch my favorite player, whether it be Tiffany or whether it be, Derek Frazier or whether it be, it's too frustrating to watch my favorite cookout member keep not like going against their own best interest in the game to help the other people who are ultimately plotting against them,
Yeah.
you know? So, I mean, I can see, but if Tiffany is not in the finals, then yeah, I'm going to obviously vote for Tiffany for America's favorite player. I,
Oh
I
yeah.
even thought. I even thought tonight the stupid edit with the songs, like for the love of God, they picked the worst version of those
Really? Because
songs.
I could not get do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta
Yeah,
do.
because I sing it to you all the time.
You do. Come on, Comedy Jonah. Do what you
What you
gotta
gotta
do.
do? Yeah. By the way, the BB musical is on my TikTok. I have all of their songs on my TikTok. Do what you gotta do. This is
Take
Big
your ass
Brother, Big
home.
Blue House.
I was twerking in my office. Took your ass home.
That one I did not have. However, the they didn't even do justice to now I forget the I'm on the block again. They didn't even do that one good. None of those songs were good. There is such good versions of that song. And I will say, Ozza is me. That is all I do all day long is walk around and sing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just happy they let them do it this season. Normally, on other seasons of Big Brother, they never let them sing anything, even if it's not a real song. I'm thrilled that they let them do that
Yeah.
this season. Yeah.
You're right about that. Yeah, they don't let it. They actually tell them to stop singing in live
Yeah,
feeds. Yeah.
because they're always afraid that even if you're making something up, the melody or the harmony could be part of another song and they might somehow get sued. But this season, they let them sing, and I'm here for it. It is my
No, I
favorite part of the
loved it
show.
too.
Ozza is an amazing singer. I am mesmerized by Ozza singing, honestly, and this edit did no justice to how amazing she sings. She sang Whitney Houston. Oh God, I forget which one. Was it I Will Always Love You? The Bodyguard one.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I will always love you.
She sung it at breakfast one morning and they did not cut it off, and I was just speechless. I was like,
Really?
sh I'm telling you, like how sometimes I give advice to these people. I'm going to be like, Ozza, I'm so glad you did reality TV. You go on Instagram, you grab that $5,000 for being like, I love Diet Coke. It's my favorite. I drink it when I'm thirsty. $5,000. Read this book. I love this book. This book is my favorite. $5,000.
Or what
Anyway,
about going on The Voice?
no, but that's my point. Like, I'm going to tell her, you should do that, but you are crazy if you do not use this platform to get
Yeah.
attention for your singing. Like, if I was her, I would be putting out singing, Instagrams. I would do Cameo, but I would sing all my Cameo.
Right.
She has such an amazing voice. I'm in love with her. I think I'm straight. I think I'm straight for Azza. Is that offensive if I say that to her?
Yeah, it's offensive to me as well. It
Oh.
may, I just think maybe you want to be her.
No, like I'm in love with her.
You are.
I just love her.
Like a sister.
Yeah. That I want to live with.
And kiss?
Maybe. Maybe, you
On
never
the-
know.
Oh, with open mouth and tongue?
I don't know. Sometimes
got a
I get
lot
a
of-
feeling. So she sings to me and she takes me to another place, John. Am I allowed to have an affair
when
if
I
we're married?
look at Xavier, I know exactly what's happening to my body.
Okay.
But I think Azza is breathtaking. I love looking at her. But no, I don't have. It's more of a, God, you're just so good looking. I can't stop. It's like a beautiful painting. Like,
Well, Azza, if you're watching this in the future, understand that I, Eric, see you more than just your looks.
An
As a woman,
object.
I respect you more than what, you are on the outside,
You're
Azza.
not.
I appreciate your voice and your many talents.
I look at you as an object.
Look at you as an object.
I see you as an object only.
Just want to stick you in my pocket.
I just want to put you in my pocket.
Just want to take you out at parties and make
Yeah.
you sing.
Make him have a screensaver and just put you in my pocket. Take you everywhere.
I just love her. I see Lost and Confused in chat says, Eric, you might actually have a chance. She does come from a amorous family. That's right.
Oh.
They do.
Yeah. Bring her into your twosome. Love to see those family photos. Love to see those TikToks. You guys could be like the Partridge Family. You could just sing la 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 la.
I was going to make a joke about my dad, but I didn't feel it was appropriate. It's going to be like, well, should
There's
do
a
it
few
soon.
other ways I was thinking of going, but I just
Should do it soon. Yeah, I just love Azza. I just love her is the moral of the story.
I do too.
If we okay, so here's another thing that they left out of tonight's episode, which, granted I knew they couldn't get everything in. They spent probably 24 hours on the live feeds trying to come up with plans and scenarios for how Tiffany should go about telling Claire. I mean, the amount that went into this. And they used none of it. My favorite one was that Derek and Azza made a deal to keep them safe during the double. So if you nominate Claire now and don't nominate us, Derek and Azza, when the double comes, we will not nominate either of you. Which was the plan that Tiffany was going to go with until she realized, I'm not a good liar, I just need to shoot it to her straight. And then Hannah came, was like, just be honest and just, kind of say what Devon said last season.
Yeah, well, I mean, something that you've said and I've agreed with in the last couple shows is, okay, we're at the point where who cares if Alyssa and Claire know about the cookout?
That
It
I
doesn't
agree.
matter because they don't have the numbers. But tonight, We heard that Xavier doesn't want to listen to No yet because he's afraid he'll lose her vote.
Of course he does. I can't stand him anymore. I take back all the times I said I wanted Xavier and fucking Ozzy to be together. Oh, Xavier's the worst now. The
Listen,
worst.
I didn't mind seeing a little devilish Xavier tonight. I was like, "Oh, how you doing?
Mm,
How you
no.
doing?" I was all
No, I'm
Wendy
not here
Williams.
for it.
How you doing?
How you
No,
doing? No. How you
no.
doing?
How you
How you
doing?
doing?
How you
How
doing?
you doing? How you doing? I can't
How you
do
doing?
it. Can't do it.
You can't.
Can't.
You have the same accent as her, and you can't do it. But no, I liked
They
seeing that. But I don't understand. Yeah, he didn't want Alyssa to find out, but she's going to find out anyway. Like they really should. What happened? Tiffany should have just stuck to her
here
plan.
Right, but here's the thing. None of them know that Kylan is telling people in DRs. Their whole thing, or basically Xavier threatened Tiffany. He literally said,
Hmm.
you better put up Claire. You better do it in the right way. And by the way, if you don't, you lost the game because you're losing all of our votes in jury. To which Tiffany was pissed about. Tiffany was like, I never gave you a reason to think I wasn't putting Claire up. You didn't need to add that in. I told you I would do what needed to be done. You didn't need to threaten me to get me to do it. So, I mean, that was number one that Tiffany was pretty pissed off about, which likely she should. And then Xavier walking around like a hurt, like just a stubborn, annoying fucking child with his, oh, you won the HOH. I have to sacrifice everything. First of all, nobody fucking did anything to you. You volunteered to put yourself on the block, and then a fucking roulette wheel put you on a block. The only person that actually nominated you, yes, now, is Tiffany. One time. The other times were you. So stop playing victim. You also knew you were completely safe. I understood when you stomped around the house like an overgrown toddler that you were doing it for game. I didn't think that you were stupid enough to actually believe and be mad about it in a goddamn DR.
Well, to his defense, I don't think it's really just that. I think it's more like, great, I have thrown these comps. I've gone with the cookout. I have put this alliance first. I have felt safe all the time, even though, yeah, I don't want to be on the block for 3 weeks straight, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But now he's seen people like Tiffany going rogue a little bit, Kylan going rogue a little bit, building up their resume. And I think he's probably just kind of taking it out going, damn, I really should have been thinking of my own individual game. Because if I have to sit next to Kylan or Tiffany, I'm probably not going to win because I don't have a whole lot to say at the end.
Well, you know what I would say to that, Xavier? Go find a blanket and take it out on your penis and not the women in the house. Okay? Because there's a plan, one that you keep preaching that we should all fucking stick to, and yet you're the only one defactoring from it is only you.
Well, I mean, he's got a point a little bit because Tiffany should not have won this HOH. She should have stuck
Sure,
to the
woulda, shoulda,
plan.
coulda, but she did. And you know what,
Right.
Xavier? You shouldn't have fallen off. Oh, I'm sorry. Thrown it then, if you were so worried. My favorite part of this episode was when he trapped himself by saying, I'm not going to throw this. I was like, amazing. Finally, one competition we don't have to listen to
Ugh.
Xavier pretend like he threw it for the good of the fucking house. Oh my god, so you just sucked. You couldn't take the little tongues and go like this. Oh,
Hardly
that's hard.
anybody could.
Ooh, comp threat. Ooh, big comp threat.
I bet you know who would have been great at this? Sarah Beth.
Me. Oh yeah, Sarah Beth.
Well, why would you? Are you
I
plucking? What are you?
craft. I craft. All right. I use things that are my
You've
hands.
got a pair of big tongs, big tweezers.
Sure do. How do you think I take care of myself?
That's a lot of information. No, I hate these micro competitions. What is this? I think the second time they've done this.
Yep.
The last time was stacking the beer bottles, was it? In
It's a
the
lot.
season.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot harder than we realize because I think most people, like, it'd be easy if you were sitting in a chair, it's right in front of you and you're doing it. The part people don't realize is you're holding your arm up like this, you're going
Hmm.
through then a window. So it's not just like, I can rest my arms on my rib and steady my one hand. You have like a floating arm around and in and through. So I do get why
Oh yeah.
this competition is actually not easy. It is.
No.
I will say they could make the competition hold your arm up like this. I think I can last about a minute. Forget about if you even put something in my hand, like my shoulder will start to hurt. I cannot do anything that involves my arms being above my head. Like
Really?
changing a light bulb in my kit, like on my tippy toes, I can't even get the whole light bulb unscrewed. I have to stop and rest like halfway through.
Oh,
My hubs will be like, "Can you hold this up while I screw it in?" I'm like this. I'm like, "I'm going down. I'm going down." I
it's all
can
that
last
Taco
like
Bell.
30
It's all that
seconds.
Taco Bell, that processed food.
I don't know. It's I can't hold my arms above my head. I don't know
Do
why.
you lose numbness, or is it circulation, or what is it?
I don't know. I like it hurts, I guess. I don't
Because
know.
I
It hurts. I
can. I mean,
can't
I
do it.
can like plank for 40 minutes.
All right, well, humble brag.
I was gonna say,
Look at
let's see
you
them all plank.
planking.
Let's
You
keep it
planking.
simple. Have them plank
Planking.
over a babbling river, a babbling
Here's the
brook.
thing. Here's the thing. If that's anything like the story from the beginning of the episode before we were live, where he was stopped in the supermarket, we're going to find out later that this means John literally holds a plank of wood. Yeah, I mean, I said I plank. I hold a plank of wood. What did you think I meant?
That's what I do. I work in a sawmill. I hold
Work
a
in a
plank of wood,
sawmill
and
with
I.
wood.
It's in Washington. We have all these trees. I have to push it into the sawmill,
Here's
and I have to
here's
hold
an
it
in-
over my head to do it. So it's very hard.
exactly. Now, I would like to give a gift to the viewers of this show.
Yeah.
Speaking of crafty people, okay? I don't believe anybody has done this yet. Dear fellow crafty people watching, start making those tiny POV bracelets. Sell them on your Etsy shop. I have a feeling they will go like hotcakes. I would like 5% of sales for the idea. But I couldn't imagine that would be difficult at all. You just are buying like a little circle with the line. That's like the knot symbol. You could
Yeah.
probably go on Amazon and buy a million of them for a nickel. Spray paint them all gold and put it on a piece of string. Ta-da! Sell them on your Etsy shop. You're
Or
welcome.
your TikTok.
You don't sell things on TikTok.
Sell yourself.
That's OnlyFans. Really is a site for
Wow.
everything these days. There really is a site for everything these
There
days.
really
So,
is.
here's the other amazing thing that they didn't even bother focusing on this episode because it's so laughable. So, Alyssa believes it was her genius plan that got Claire nominated this week. Alyssa believes that she is the reason Claire is up. Because wasn't there the moment in the episode tonight where she's like, I turned this week around on Tiffany. Look out, Tiffany, I'm coming for you. Like, she actually thinks that she's the one that made this happen. Hannah did such a good job of convincing Alyssa because they were worried that when Tiffany puts Claire up, how is this not going to be a giant red flag to Alyssa? Maybe Zingbot was right. So they came up with a plan to pretend like Alyssa was making a good case for why Claire should go on the block, so that when Tiffany did it, it comes across as if Alyssa was behind it happening, so she wouldn't think too much into it, which is pretty smart, but
That's a long shot, though. I mean,
well, it's
Tiffany
not a
and
long shot.
Claire.
She did it.
What?
She believes it. It's not a long shot. It happened. She
Claire
believed it.
believes that it was Alyssa that put her up on the block.
Alyssa believes she got
Oh yeah,
Claire on the
right.
block.
Oh
Yes.
yes, of course. Yeah,
100%. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
Now,
No, I would say yes to everything as long as she didn't know my alliance.
I mean, look, Claire still doesn't get it. I mean, were you not dumbfounded when Claire said to her, "Is there an alliance?" And then Alyssa was like, "No." I mean, and then, oh my God. And
Tiffany.
then Tiffany was like, "No."
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, there was a few moments that I was like, if Tiffany was in the final two and she had to plead her case to jury, which Claire will be in as of tomorrow, the picking her as the veto and giving her a chance to win the veto, even though she knew, because Claire will know about the cookout, had at least a chance to save herself, that could have helped her with that. Being honest with her and saying, you
Yeah.
know what, I've been with you in the front since the beginning. I've also been with them since week 3. And I can't rightfully vote out a person of color, being a person of color myself. I hope you understand. And just come clean with Claire. That would have given her, I think, a chance should she be in one of those 2 final seats. But I think those are
I
2
mean,
blown opportunities.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I agree with what Destiny's saying in chat. She's not making anywhere near final 2, so it doesn't matter. And I agree. However, um, I just feel like she could have. I get what she's saying. If she were to expose the cookout, she loses all the cookout's votes. However, when they are in the middle of that conversation. Oh, and they left out the other funny part where Kylan sent Azza upstairs to kind of break it up a little bit. And Azza, like, opens the door, much in the way Brittany did with Christian and Alyssa. She's just
Ooh.
standing there watching. But clearly, they didn't want to break for that comedic relief in all of it. They'll probably save it for the end of the season recap episode or whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, she's not making it. But here's the thing: if I'm Tiffany, right, and I now
Mhm.
tell Claire all of this, and I see her crying, I see her breaking down, I see her saying to me, "I'm not gonna hold this against you. You have to do what you came here to do. I support you. I get it. I respect you." I
And then,
just feel what?
but is she going to respect her for lying about the cookout?
No, but
Like,
that's my point. If
yeah, she respects her platform that she's on, and we see that in the DR, and she's crying, but she understands, and we're glad that you do. But she literally lied to her
lied,
in the same moment,
but
and that would affect. I think that might affect Claire's vote. Should Tiffany be in the final 2? We've got a double eviction tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen.
mhm. Here's what I'm saying. I think Tiffany should have told her the truth once she saw Claire's reaction. Once
Mhm.
she saw Claire was being sincere, heartfelt, was not holding it against her, Tiffany should have said, "All right, I'm gonna confide in you the whole
Yeah,
thing. Like, I'm giving you," because Tiffany has to know her game's over anyway, right? She has to know her game is over at this point. I believe she does know. She might as well be honest with Claire,
right.
and but I mean maybe not then, because ultimately you don't know. Her being
Right.
honest with Claire, she doesn't know that Claire won't walk out of that room and tell Alyssa.
True.
But I feel like I would have. I feel like Claire is never going to turn on Tiffany. I feel Tiffany could
Regardless,
have.
even being lied to about the cookout.
No. I
Hey, are
feel
you in an alliance with them? No.
no, correct. I think that could hurt her if she were
That's
to
gonna
make it to
hurt. I
final.
think that would hurt her. I think Claire is understanding to a point, but then, you also have to think of the Claires, the Sarah Beths, even Alyssa, all the work they're putting into their person, their duo, and that they're just been the pawns the whole time. Once when they discover that, I mean, are they going to have their votes? I mean, Claire put all of her energy and game into Tiffany, thinking we're going to the end together, and she's going to find out that was never the plan.
Yeah, I don't think that it is going to be enough for Claire not to vote for Tiffany. In other words, if Claire was understanding of all of this much, I think she's going to go, "Oh, okay." And it's also going to be easy enough for Tiffany to go like, "Claire, I literally named every person for you. I literally listed the names of the people I couldn't put up. Obviously, it's an alliance, Claire. I named them for you, Claire."
Right, but no, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm not. No. And also, did you see last season? So I don't like it's just
Devon, yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah,
can't, I don't think Claire is going to hold anything against her at the end of the day. No. I I am more interested in the conversations that would happen post season. And the thing is, they're not going to be real and authentic. I feel like production, which plummeting ratings doesn't listen to any good ideas, here's one that you won't listen to. You need to, for the first time ever, do another episode with the entire cast. You do not let these people go after finale. You film it the next day. You bring everybody back onto that stage and you have them talk it out. What is it like finding out that you were voted out because you are not in the cookout? Because you are not a person of color? DX, what does it feel like to know it was only, the color black that was included in it? Like, say the things that the people are saying that they
yeah.
will say behind closed doors. Have those conversations because I think this cast can handle it. I think this cast could have those conversations
Those true, authentic
intelligently. Right.
conversations.
And people that watch this show need to see it. Like, there is not one person that I have talked to that is a casual who has told me I've given up on this season because of the cookout. And then I have to explain to them, you understand, in 23 seasons, there hasn't been a person of color hardly ever that has made it to
You have to
jury.
understand that you're a racist. Just,
Yeah, you have to understand you're a racist.
hmm
Why am I wasting my time explaining this to you? You don't get it. There is a great book called White Fragility, and you should read it. So,
Yeah,
it's just, but like you get what I'm saying. Like,
I do.
and I wish we could
And I
do
love
that.
that.
I wish we could do it. I wish we could figure out a way to get all of these people, like, screw the after party they're going to do at 2 days. No, I want a round table where you all get together and have the real conversations that the people have been arguing with or whatever on social media, and really have those conversations now that you can be honest with each other.
Yeah.
Because I think there are a lot of people that don't know how to communicate it. I think there are a lot of people that go, I want to say that I don't. Like, good people that want to go, it seems, isn't that racist if all the black people are voting out white people?
Right.
But don't know how to phrase that correctly and are, afraid that they're going to be attacked and murdered if they say it.
Oh, I mean, that's what I'm
So,
seeing in other social media
yeah,
groups. They're hate the cookout because they feel like they're being racist towards getting out all the white people first. But
right.
it's like, yeah, we're still having that, even though Black Lives Matter maybe isn't trending anymore on social media. But it's still that conversation's being had, at least in these Big Brother groups that I'm
Right.
seeing.
So that's my point. Like, I think the casual viewer needed tonight to see Claire say, I know people might not get it, but
Yeah,
I get it. But they gave Claire 3 sentences. That is not enough to
no,
explain it to the casual viewer. All they just saw was the black people sent the white girl home. Like, if they want to have those glasses on, those are the glasses they have on. You have not educated them in anything. And
right,
is it our job to educate people? It is not. But then also, people will not learn without being educated. It just
right.
sucks all around, is my point.
And
I
won't tune
wish
in
they.
without being educated, right? Because then
Right.
they'll come back.
Right. So it really is unfortunate that we know they won't do anything about it. And I just wish that production would do some postseason reunion. Let's explain why this season was important. Let's talk about the feelings. Let's say what it was like to ba 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 ba. And then when the whole thing is over, John,
Mm-hmm.
then they turn to everyone and go, and that being said, you can all go right back in now and do it all over again.
Oh my gosh.
And
Well,
let the entire cast play again, knowing everything this time though. And then how would the alliances form? And
that would be,
then
or what was the other one called where it was just online over the top?
yes, oh, my
They
eyes
just do an
started twitching.
over the top one.
No, I was gonna say, and then say that it is exclusive to Paramount Plus. It's not going to be on the
Yes.
TV. It'll be live feed only. It'll only last for 2 months. So we're gonna do like 2 evictions a week, but we're gonna speed this up now. Now that you all know what happened, you all know. Like, I would love to see it.
Oh, my Oracle, BB Oracle. You did it. Yes, would be amazing.
Yeah,
No, still no crystal ball. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I, I've given you two cues in the
I'm
show.
sorry. I'm sorry. There you go.
When I turn to
Diversity.
the side and I have my hands out,
Sorry, I was reading questions from chat. The Oracle is very busy.
I think we need to dust off the Oracle's
The
glass.
Oracle is here. Oracle is very busy. The Oracle says, Lost in Concru says, look at it this way. The cookout was able to curb any potential problematic behavior from the cast this season.
Mm-hmm. No, that would be really interesting if they did an over the top. Everybody, knew they got to reset how that would play out, do a faster version of it. That's brilliant. That would be amazing to see.
Just one of the many brilliant ideas that they'll never do. Destiny, destiny, destiny.
Yeah.
I like how I went diversity, diversity, diversity.
And I went, Devon, Devon, Devon.
Devon, Devon, Devon.
What Devon said last season.
Who had nothing to do with the cookout. Over there trying to take credit for the cookout.
Who? Devon?
I was bringing in a little bit of hot topics. Cody, last year's winner, Cody Calafiore, he
Yeah.
went on his talk show earlier this week and said, because people were saying like the cookout is a thing because of Davon, like her speech last season about how she's doing it for all of these people and she wants a future of Big Brother where the people of color have a chance, blah, 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 like all of that. So like a lot of people do feel that way, that Devon is the reason the cookout has become a thing. Well, Cody said, no, she's not. And, well, you know how that goes. So there's been a lot of drama on Twitter over Cody being like, no one has had less to do with the cookout than Devon. And I'm just like, you guys never learn.
Isn't he the one that doesn't believe in vaccines also?
And he also doesn't believe in vaccines.
And there you have it. We could just put a pin in that. Yeah.
Good
I am
times,
so
big
excited for
BB
tomorrow
fan.
night.
Yeah, me too. Now, I'm gonna hope I'm gonna be here. All signs point to me being here. I should definitely be home in time for the episode.
Great.
So,
We
I
appreciate
will
your
be here.
commitment.
Thank you. But if I don't make it, John will still be live for all of you. It also will probably mean I'm dead.
Well, I have so enjoyed hanging out and on the YouTube channel with C. Farlow and Jackie Knows and Rebecca and Heather and Rosie and Nancy and
And
everyone. Oh,
you,
Debbie
Tiny
Dawn,
Tim?
Jackie Knows. Oh, yes, so many great
Well,
conversations and comments. You guys are
I will
awesome.
I will give a shout out to EVOO and Little Big Red and Val and Mini Sarah and Debbie and Bossy Lizzie Lemon Drops over on
Lemon.
YouNow. Thank you, everyone who tuned in for watching and chatting and sharing and loving the show. We appreciate all of you. As always, following, liking, subscribing is the best way to help support our shows, as is sharing them. You're at the end of the show now, so make sure that you let someone know about this show if you enjoyed it and you think they would also. Oh, I thought you had something prolific to say.
No, just smiling, just thinking of songs in my head.
Like what? Aren't you lying about something else? You've been lying about a lot of stuff this show. People bumping into you, thinking of songs in your head, but yet you can't tell me one. Planking. Is there any other
I
lies
can
you
put
need
my
to
arms
tell?
over my head.
Yeah, I
Okay?
don't believe it.
I can.
I don't think so.
I can for a
All right, well,
long time.
next show you're going to have to hold them up. Hey, by the
I'm just
way,
gonna hold it up. Yeah, just hold up an arm. I do eat a lot of beets, a lot of good circulation.
well, you're going to want to tone your arms. I'm not saying your arms aren't toned, but I'm saying you need to make sure that your arms are toned. Don't think I've forgotten. You're only 17 short days away from having to show up to this show in full drag. Oh, did you think I forgot? I did.
What are you talking about? What? Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, don't forget, Frenchie said he'll join you.
Oh, that's right. Well, Frenchie might be busy on premiere night, but we'll
No, I
definitely
don't
get him
think
on another
so.
show. You don't think so?
2 hours tomorrow. Wait, what? Tomorrow's episode is 2 hours?
What?
No. That's not tomorrow's episode.
Who's saying that?
Yeah,
What?
no, a liar. A little liar. A liar, McLiar.
Cody.
It's
Damn it.
Denise. It's Denise. AKA Wheels. She doesn't know what she's talking about. That's what happens when only half your body gets circulation.
Oh my
All right,
God,
we
I
have
love
to
Denise.
wrap this show up. Any final thoughts, Comedy Jonah?
Just wrap it up because I'm all set for tomorrow night. Double eviction, double eviction. Can't wait.
I mean, you tried. I hope that you'll be like live tweeting it.
You called me a liar.
Yeah, you try. I wish you would. You should have
Horrible
stuck with
things
you.
to your co-host, to the
Yeah,
people
nah.
watching.
I don't have a good track record with co-hosts.
Really.
We'll see you all on the next show. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friends.